for allowing me to come here and speak to you. It is truly an honor. Somebody coming from that part to here, University of Richmond, is really difficult. As she told you, my basic from Wana, South Waziristan, and as we go in the talk, and you will realize what I'm talking about. In this country of ours, it is truly a blessed country, and we all who live here are blessed. Many times, the blessing we have, particularly those who have never traveled abroad, do not appreciate what we have. It is like when you are healthy and running around and you really never know the value of your health till you get sick. Then you realize how much it was to be healthy and be independent. The same way the United States, it is a country which no other country in the world can match in any shape or form. This is the only country where the forefather laid the foundation in such a fashion where it gives you freedom, and that freedom and opportunities bring people from all over the world, from every nation, and they still maintain their individual identity. At the same time, it is a one nation under God. And that carries value which is very hard to appreciate unless you come from a background where you have been through something different than what you are having here. Like me as a first immigrants, and similarly the immigrants before me, they all look for opportunities, they all look for good life, and they all look for better life for their family and the kids. I never expected to achieve what I have achieved here. And that is why it is really important to appreciate the blessing which I am talking about. In addition to my family and the kids, my son, who is in West Virginia University, older than her, he will be, he's the finalist for West Virginia University. They have a thing which is called West Virginia Mountaineer, which is a high honor, and that will be decided probably next week, and he's the finalist, which I could have never dreamed back home. Yasmin, Dr. Mezno, and some of you knows her. She's an intern in the White House in my lifetime, still when I'm not senile and with my own, all the faculties intact, and she's working as a intern in the White House. That is a blessing which you could not imagine, and I could have never got it even if I would have paid bakshish. Do you guys know what bakshish is? Bakshish? Bakshish is a Indian Pakistani subcontinent word. B-A-K-H-S-H-I-H. Bakshish is paying under the table. And chai pani is another word which we use commonly there. Chai means chai, like tea. Pani means water. And that is again to get advanced, get ahead in the society, you have to pay chai pani, meaning by you have to pay somebody. And Here you do not have to give anybody chai pani, and you do not have to give anybody bakshish, and you do not have to have a 10% cut either. So that is a blessing, and we should appreciate it and keep it that way and pass it on to our coming generation. And you are the leader of tomorrow. So going back to Waziristan, what I'll be doing is give you a little background about Waziristan, and then my education, and then coming to America, and the scholarship which we started a year ago. From Waziristan to West Virginia, the top, that mountain, I grew up underneath. There is a house. The picture is not clear, but there is a house. I grew up in that. That is my grandfather's home. That mountain is called Gibraltar. It is named after the Spanish on the Morocco border. There is a mountain which is called Gibraltar, and there is an ocean or river underneath. This is the mountain, and there is underneath there is a small raven or river. And I grew up there, and the top, you see on the top, it is army post, and one is a valley. You can watch it from there. So this is the map of Waziristan. You have Afghanistan on one side, North Waziristan, South Waziristan, Pakistan, Balochistan. She gave me this thing, if I can make it work. Yeah, it will work. Okay, good. Yeah, the Waziristan come down towards this area is called Dera Ismail Khan or settle area. Now, growing up, this part, which is kind of light color, that we consider as settled area. And I always consider a settled area, meaning by there is government rules. This area and the tribal region, like on the border, which is not mapped out here, that we consider as independent area, like Azad Kabail. Azad Kabail means that they are free, they can do whatever they want to. Wana is, I'm like right at that area, there is Wana. In South Waziristan, there are two tribes. One is Waziri, and the other is Masood. Masoods are located like this small portion, and they are higher elevation. And the current, you may have heard on the news, current operation is going on here. This part and this area, this belongs to the Waziri tribe, and there is peace in the Waziri tribes. They kick out the Uzbeks and those people in 2004, and trying to keep everybody out. Now the background is we are one tribe, but the total, this race is called on both sides of the border as Pathans or Pashtuns or Pakhtuns. And if you read that, the first recorded history is Herodotus 484 BC. He is the first historian who wrote history and considered as the father of the history. The people around Petroica are the bravest of all the people in those parts. And this Arthur Wilson, he was the defense of India. He was the governor of India, or viceroy of India. India was ruled by the Britishers for about 200 years. He described Pathan as proud to a degree, self-reliant only as their life can make them, hardy beyond measure and absolutely tireless. Their physical fitness would be incomprehensible if one did not consider climate and country they live in, which allows no weakling to survive. Taken as a whole, the frontier tribes are unquestionably among the hardiest men on earth, and so much the more redoubtable foes when war is afoot. Arthur Winston. And that is the Herbert Edward. He is the commissioner of Peshawar. Peshawar is a capital of frontier province. So he writes about he met the Waziri tribe chief, Malik Sawan Khan, chief man among the neighboring tribes of the Waziris, came into camp by invitation to see me. He is a powerful chief, and his country boasts that it has never paid tributes to any sovereign, but exacted it in the shape of plunder from all tribes alike. Sawan Khan is just what one might picture the leader of such a people, an enormous man with a head like a lion and a hand like a polar bear. He had on thick boots laced with thongs and rings. I asked about my wife, what is thongs? So apparently it is something like bikini, so probably big strings. And trod my carpet like a lord. The Hindustani is people from India. We Pathan do not consider ourselves as Indian. The Hindustani servants were struck dumb and expected the earth to open. With his dirty cotton clothes, half redeemed by a pink lungi. Lungi is the headdress, you will see later on. We are redeemed by a pink lungi over his broad breast and a rich dark shawl into locks that had never known a comb. A more splendid specimen of human nature in the rough I never saw. He made no bow. In India it is common to bow like that, particularly among the Indian it is more common than the Muslim, they do that, and that is not our culture. He made no bow, but with a simple Salaam Alaikum took his seat. Salaam Alaikum is peace be upon you. So he took the seat. And then I just want to give you, like in the tribal region, among the Pathans, we have to have family tree. It goes all the way to different tribes, like down to family. So it is just description just to give you an idea that like the people of the North Waziristan, they are these people. We are Musa. Some of us think that we are descended of Jews, and Moses was our great-grandfather. And Mahmud is this descendant of Masood, and the current operations are going on in Masood area. This is 3 cups of tea. You saw the book earlier, and he writes about no tribe capture his imagination like the Wazir, loyal to neither Pakistan nor Afghanistan. They were Pashtuns and allied with their greater tribe above all. Since the time of Alexander, foreigners had met fierce resistance every time they sent troops into the area. With each defeat of a larger, better equipped force that arrived in Waziristan, the regional infamy grew. After losing 100 of his men to a small guerrilla force, Alexander ordered that his troops thereafter skirt the land of these devils of the desert. The British fared no better, losing 2 wars to the Wazir and the greater Pashtun tribe. So that was the background. So that is where I grew. The center is my father, uncle, and this is 1946, mid-40s picture. They have rifle, the old 303 rifle, and I don't know why they posed, but when I was a little kid, I remember him, and the next guy, I remember him. But Pakistan was created in 1947. until that time in South and North Waziristan both, there were no schools whatsoever, absolutely zero. And after creation of Pakistan in 1947, the first school was started in 1951. And we started, and I was one of the students under a tree. The only thing we had is for the teacher, we had a chair, the rest of us, the kids, we will sit under a tree. And that is how we started the school. And in 1952, I remember that our teacher will take us, the school building was under construction, and it was a big promotion for us to go there every 2 weeks on the weekend, on Friday, and visit the construction site and be excited about that we will have a school and we will have a building. We did that, and the school building got constructed, and we have in obviously you start, and the environments which you can guess from these people and otherwise, at that time it was very hard to go to school, and particularly there is that cape, headdress, which is there sitting there. When we were in school, we used to wear those things, and those were looked down upon by the tribal people. You were truly a sissy if you were wearing that and you were going to school. That is the thing, yeah. That, right. If you put this thing on, you were really not capable of any war or fighting in the field, and you were just weak guy in society. And they will tell you right on your face that you are not worth a dime, you cannot do anything. But that was, as we grow, in our 8th grade, we had 39 students. We had the first formal test where you prepare and somebody else check your score other than your teacher. So out of the 39, as I recall, 27 of us passed the test, but that was just passing. I was at that time third in my school of the 27, and I had like 386 points out of 800, which was just barely passing, not much, but it was still very good. 9th grade and 10th grade we did good. After 10th grade we went to the Peshawar, which is about 300 miles from Waziristan. So at that time the environments were very tough. There was only one bus which will leave early in the morning to get to Diyai Khan, which is a town 125 miles. Just imagine that in 7th grade my father decided that I shall go to Cadet College. Cadet College is like West Point here. Somebody must have told my father was illiterate, my mother was illiterate, and I am now very proud of that. That I shall go to Cadet College, and that would be good for me. To go there, you have to have a photo, passport size photo. And that, I guess I was 12 or 13 years old. I had to travel from Wana, which is the hometown where school was, to Diyai Khan, which is another town 125 miles, which was all day traveling. And I had to catch the bus at dawn and go to Diyai Khan, spend that day and the next day there, have a picture 2-3 days, get the picture. Those days pictures were not quick, and come back and then appears. The same way the going to college to Peshawar, that was a 2-day journey. One day going to Diyai Khan, the next day going to Peshawar. And from Peshawar, then I moved to Hyderabad, which is near Karachi. That is about 1,000 miles. That was 3-day journey each way to get to the med school. And from high school, 10th grade, we went, about 27 students went to 9th grade. And 10th grade, only 3 of us graduated. That was again university exam. University exam is more like you paper go somewhere else and then school. So 3 of us graduated. Out of the 3, I went to medicine, and the other 2 went into engineering. And I have a picture of that. I'll show you those pictures. So the this is like the turban. That is my father. The others are relatives. Just to give you an idea, that is mud homes. That is the mountain up on the top. That is before I came to America. I came in '75. After med school, I did the medical school. The story was the '74 when I did my medicine and I went into the army, Pakistan Army in '72, and I was a captain. So in Waziristan, the general perception was that you really cannot advance this high government position. They are not for us. They are for the people from the settled area. We are tribal people. Nobody's going to give us anything. That was the perception. And I was the first army captain from South Waziristan, Waziri side. There was one from Masudi side as well. So when I decided in my med school that I want to go to America. So serving in the army, and I went in '74 to go and seek permission. I wrote from the medical school from my father to give me permission to go to America. They gave me one letter that, yeah, you can go take the exam. We still take the USMLE. At that time, first permission to let me have the exam. 2 weeks later, received another letter that, no, you cannot go. We are not going to allow you to go to America. So then I took the exam anyway without letting them know, passed the exam. And then when I went to the army, and in the army I was captain, and after 2 years serving there, army and navy, I decided it was compulsory. We had war, Pakistan had war with India in 1971, and we have to being drafted to the army, navy for 3 years. I spent almost 3 years. So when I came out of that, I resigned. So there was a position from my parents, particularly my father, and the general tribesmen, the well-wishers, and they will advise me, don't go. Being a captain in Pakistan Army is a huge thing. How can you take this kind of job and resign and go somewhere which you don't know? That was a hardship. Finally, I had to go after my father's friends. He has 5, 6 close friends. Went with them, and we had a jarga. Jarga is a council, and decided that I will pay him 5,000 rupees. That was big thing, 5,000 rupees. And he would allow me to come to America. So that was the deal, 5,000 rupees. And that is how he allowed me. And that was my final visit before starting here, to take this picture. So practically I bought myself the passage and did not have any money to give him at that time. It was a promissory note that when I go to America, I'll send you 5,000 rupees. And did not have any money to make it from Wana to here. Basically it was all borrowing from friends and people I knew to get the ticket and so on. Going through medical school, That was also, we had a scholarship from the government where like 1,600 rupees per year. And basically you will get 200, 300 rupees from the parents or from the friends. So our total cost at that time was per year in med school was about 2,000 rupees. 2,000 rupees at that time, 5 rupees to $1, so it was not much money. That is how I ended up here. That is the same, the surrounding area of Wana. This is just to give you about the room. That room, I used to sleep there. This is my mother's side uncle. He used to sleep in this room. This is, pay attention, it doesn't show it is burned. And that is also cannonball. It was hit with cannonball by the government. My uncle, they went, the tribe went against the government to dispute. So to subdue him, they have to demolish his home. And that was the punishment. That is cannonball. This is also cannonball. They burned this part and more damage to the house and so on. But anyway, that is what I used to sleep there. And my parents, they were like nomads. They will go in the summertime, they will go up into the mountain towards Afghanistan. We had sheep and goats and camels, herds to look for greener pasture. And in summertime, they will go there. In winter, they will come back, and then I'll stay in the winter with my parents. In summertime, with my grandparents, my grandfather and them. So basically, until about 7th, 8th grade, then I went to the Gaur. So that is this is Islamic College Peshawar, Peshawar University, 63, 68. This is he did engineering, and this is me. And he did engineering, and that is a classmate, but this is another who graduated with us. He did engineering. The rest of them, they could not do anything. So basically, 3 people.
Dr. Monsignor, was that a cricket oval?
G?
Was that a cricket field for playing cricket?
Yeah, that is no, that was a soccer field.
Soccer field, okay.
Soccer field. Where the picture was taken?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is soccer field. Yeah, that is when we were 1967, I was in the first year of med school in Hyderabad. We went to this class of, we were 150 students, and there's pointing there was where I was sitting with the seater. Look out. That is, again in Sindh, these are my classmates. We went for Eid. Eid is our like Christmas holiday. We went there, so each one thinks that they are the best looking guys. Pay attention to it, everybody's yeah, that is Mohenjo-Daro. Mohenjo-Daro is an old civilization, some 4,000, 5,000 years old. We visited that and we are posing there for the picture. This is my Army Navy picture, 72, 73. Giving up that was probably a hard thing. That is the just friends of mine, and that is. So I was coming here is really was hard. When I left Wana, I have no money to pay for the bus fare. I borrow money just from friends, and then coming to Karachi and buying the ticket, it was all borrowed money. So I had like $30 were issued by the State Bank of Pakistan. his expense. And I have a friend here, they help me out.
Wow.
That is my first car. I used to call it Eastern Airline Shuttle Bus. It is Iran Chevy Caprice. We stay here, and then obviously I got married. She's there. Then we went to nap.
Just caring everybody.
That was a problem. I sent picture back to my mother to give me permission to get married for a girl, and she so happened to have a short hair. I did not realize. I thought it is okay. Sent the picture, and she rejected it. So then, so I cut relationship with that girl. Then I met her in my residency. When I met her, actually we had Dr. Caton was my classmate in residency training. So we were in residency together on the 4th floor, and he came and said, "Basha, I found another girl. There is a beautiful girl here." "Who is that?" "A new nurse is coming." "Okay. You want to meet her?" "Yeah, surely, why not?" So we met her, and she got all flustered. So we started dating, and then I sent her picture to my mother. And she saw the picture. She liked the girl, but she's not sure that if I'm allowed to have a non-Muslim girl married to a non-Muslim. So she went to the local imam, the priest, so to speak, and asked, show the picture that he wants to marry this girl and what is the orders. So he said it is okay, there is no problem, he can marry her. So after that I got the permission. And we got married, and this is the older girl, Fatma. So I was in fellowship, and we could not go back, and obviously they could not come here. So in '82, after I finished my cardiology fellowship, before starting practice, we decided to go back. And that was like, you can see the Fatma is in her hand, a big piece of bread. We started from Quetta, Balochistan, which is currently considered as the Shora place. We stayed there 2 nights, and then coming from there, this, you see there we bought some, not watermelon, the honey melon in a little town, and bought some bread, and we sat underneath a tree. That car is my first car in Pakistan. I have to buy a car, to take her, because I have to take a man, in tribal region, in Pathan, white people are considered as men, they are madam, That was the word they used for it. So I have to have a car, because if I don't have a car, she cannot really travel in the buses. Otherwise you become like really. That is when we are in Wana. These are the 2 kids. This one on this side, we supported his education. He's my nephew, and his name is Yasin. Put him through school and college and so on. He did his MS in biotechnology. Currently he's a senior lecturer in university teaching biotechnology. And this one is his brother. We put him through school. He did pharmacy, and now he's working on his PhD in Malaysia. He should finish his PhD thesis in March. So I assume that I look no better than them, when I was little at that age. That is him, and this side, that is the slingshot here. That was our favorite thing. We could not do much other than slingshot and go after the birds. They have more protein. This is our home in Wana. This is my brother. He could not get much education. He just 10th grade because the dollar went into his head. He's still supporting them. But these rooms, these were built specially for her, that young lady. They were not like that. They are more like bricks and cements and had commodes in it. And that was big promotion to have your own bathroom and commode. So that was. This is my sister's, the same trip. This is the older one, the two kids belong to her, and this is my younger sister, and that is her wedding. And wedding, that is what they do. This is all silver jewelry. This is, I think, gold. The rest of them is silver. Some gold, some silver. And there is the shirt she brought it, which my mother made for her. This is for Karen. My mother made like she was to be wedded there. It's the same thing we have since 1982. There she is. This is my mother, and this is obviously the girls. And that is my sister. She's dead now. But we supported her children through the school. One is now in senior in college, and one is in medical school. That is my sister, and Karen is sitting here. On this, there's a cot. She's sitting on the cot, and the kids and everything. I had to protect her during that time because she was the only Western girls in the whole area, so people would come anyway just to see her, to see what kind of specimen is. It was a big fight, wasn't it? They had to protect her from people. This is the same sister who is getting married. I'm putting bangles on her hand. She's very happy. That is the night of her wedding. But in public, then they cry and they do all those things, you know. But private, she's very happy to get married. This is my mother, and this is Fatma, and this big thing that is animal skin, they make butter in this, butter and milk. So that's what she's doing. This is again my mother. She has slaughtered a chicken in her hand, and she's hiding it from her because she doesn't like animal to be killed. So she's hiding from her so she won't see it, and it is to cook it. That is again the Gibraltar and that area which I show you. This is the same visit we went to the Afghanistan border, and there among Pathans, particularly Waziri, the first thing they will do is, can you shoot, like target shooting. So that was the thing, and they wanted to challenge. So we had a shooting match. This it is the same area in the Afghanistan border. This is the trucks and tanks and army vehicle captured from the Russians. On both sides, it's just a big damaged vehicle. That is a picnic we are having it the desert, and so that is 1990. I haven't been to Waziristan, and she has not been to Waziristan since 1994. That was the last time we went. My mother died in 1988. And then we do have a home in Islamabad. We go there every so often. And That is Umar and Inayat. Inayat with wide open mouth. Umar is her brother. That is again Inayat and the two younger ones, Jahana. This is so like I have 6 kids, one boy and 5 girls, and they're basically, there's one younger than her, and we decided to do something because that part of the world really needs help. They've been under in the war-like environment for the past 30, 35 years, and I'll show you some more pictures. So we decided to have a scholarship named after her to support the kids who cannot afford to go to colleges. So it is purely based on merits. Whoever gets the highest score in their 10th grade exam, then they go to 11th and 12th grade, and then up to college. Obviously 11th, 12th here is intermediate, here it is high school, there it is intermediate college. And then you go to college from 13 to 16. That is undergraduate there. So that we started the scholarship. The past year season, we gave a total of 42 scholarships, $500 each. That makes it, which is really nothing compared to here. And out of that, 14 were girls, went to colleges, and the other were boys. When the first school I said before opened in 1951 in Wana, that was up to 10th grade. Now they have 25, the 10th grade is considered a high school there. There are 25 high schools, and there are some over 11,000 students enrolled in this 25 schools. Out of the 25 schools, 3 are girls, pure girls schools. And they themselves, probably the girls, I believe there are some 400 girls going to those schools. So this was the first function, and it was under current environment. The roads are blocked, and to go from Peshawar to take the money actually and conduct the function in Wana, I have one distant cousin and another friend. They are doing it, this Wawa Wana Welfare Association. So we go through them because it makes it easier. They literally have to travel to, the normal distance is 125 miles. That was blocked by the army, and it is still blocked by the army. They have to go to another province and then come back and then go through the mountains, pathway passages, and get to Wana to conduct the function and distribute the scholarship. This is the first time it has ever happened in the tribal region where, that is, I'm not talking about just South Waziristan, I'm talking about the whole tribal belt, where scholarships were distributed based on merits and government has nothing to do with it. It was totally private efforts. And what we are doing now in South Waziristan on self-help basis, we feel that education is the only answer in that area. If we get the education, man and woman, and our goal is that over the next 20 years to have at least 50% of the population under age 50 have education of at least intermediate, like up to 12th grade. That is the only way you can control that area, you can develop that area. If you don't do that, then really it is a hub for all kind of evils. And it is not really, the peoples are not bad, it is nothing has been done for that part of the world. For example, in the only metal road, asphalt road in Wana was built in the 80s by United States, by US AIDS, United States International Development, something like that. They built, that is the, in Wana to the home where I was born, the road going there, that was built by the US. That is the only thing done. The 25 schools I talk about it, out of this only one girls' school is by the government, and 3 boys' schools, they are from the government. The rest, the efforts by the people, totally private, and they are doing it on private basis, and these private schools are doing better than the government school. So that is the small kids, and he's, I guess, starting something, talking. This is the tribal chiefs, the elder of the tribes. They were invited. The schools, kids were invited. The Wana Talibans were invited. The Wana Taliban is the peaceful Taliban. In 2004, they had an operation. The army lost 250 people. And the tribe went against the Afghani Taliban, which were primarily Uzbek and Chechenian. Chechenian is a Central Asian Republic. And they cleaned the area, total Waziri area, from the Taliban, from the Uzbek, from the Chechenian. And now they have a system like what you would call here neighborhood watch, where they do not allow outsider like the Chechen or the Uzbek or the Arabs or the Punjabis. Punjabis are the people who are the main Pakistan, but South Punjab is also infested with these people. So they do not allow anybody else. And these people has to go, I had a video of that, and they sent me the video. They have to go through thorough security check. This is the envelope with the scholarship money. The guy which is giving the scholarship money with the turban, he is the political agent, that is the administrator, the chief administrator of the area. So he is distributing, he was the chief guest of the event. He is distributing the scholarship. This man, he received the scholarship envelope. His daughter was first in the class, I believe. But girls, they cannot go in public. It is just the culture. It is nothing like women's rights. Basically, they are better protected that way than the harsh environments there. So he received the money. That is the same like we had a feast after that. We sent for 42 scholarship. We spent, I believe there were $22,000. At that time, the rate of conversion was 83 rupees to $1. Out of the 83 rupees, 3 rupees were spent on a feast for the tribal elders and everybody on this day after the function, and everybody had food and everything. So it was practically all the money went to the people who really needed the most. And there were people like students, which I found out afterward. Like one student did not go, he had the score, he could not go to Peshawar to get admission for 2 years in a row because his parents did not have the money. This year he took admission in Peshawar. Other 2 kids, the father tried to sell the land to put them through school. They could not do it. They could not sell the land, and his scholarship money took them. So most of them were in that kind of situation where they cannot afford to go to college. And these are the people in Wana who are left behind. Most of those who can afford, they already left South Waziristan. They are in the cities. They are in Peshawar, in Karachi, in Lahore. The people who are left behind, they are the one who cannot afford to go anywhere. They don't have any choice. So when the kids goes to school there up to 10th grade, no matter how smart they are, but if you cannot afford to go any further, you cannot really do it. So our goal is to promote those kids, specifically for WANA. The precondition of the scholarship is that you have to have 9th grade and 10th grade done in WANA and have good score, and then you can go to any colleges in the settled area. This is the same WANA Welfare Association. They conduct a seminar on women education. The big bearded guy, he is the Vice Chancellor of Gumar University in Diai Khan, so he was the chief guest. And you see there are women. This is my cousin. He is a very good, very honest man, and he is behind all the efforts there on the ground. And what he did is that we had function on the 8th of August. And the 7th, his mother was diagnosed to have colon cancer in Lahore, underwent surgery for colon resection. And in spite of that, from Lahore, he went to WANA and come back, which was a big thing to make sure. This is a dinner where I spoke and where I announced the scholarship program. This is a picture where we are dancing. We are all, fake. But we try, you try. That is the tribal dance. I will show you any function among Waziri. Without a Waziri dance is not complete. So at the end I will show you the dance, which is my most favorite dance. This is a little kid, he's an orphan, and with a thumbprint, we're trying to get scholarship to get him to school. These are the orphan students. They have been admitted in different schools. This is from this one schools where they look like really good, like orphans. They look very good. They are going to school there. And all the orphans, which is from the war, the Afghan war and everything. So that's again the same. And this is the soccer tournament in WANA, along with the competition between the school. If you look at the ground, it is really just gravel. There is not much there. But they are playing it, and these are the again. That is the winning team. In addition to these cups, trophies, which you get it here, this trophy. In addition to this, the winning team get this cow to have a feast and slaughter. That is just the culture. That is our home. So I said initially that this is a blessed country. So because of that blessing, it is also demonstrated in this. This is the home in 1982. This is the home now in Islamabad. So it made a huge difference. This is my crowd. Our dog died last year. But the crowd is there. That is Fatma. She is a veterinary BMD. Yasmin, she's working in the White House for a Waziri under current circumstances. To work in the White House, it can happen in America. Nowhere else it can happen, even if you give bakshish. And that is the WAWA.org.pk, that is the Wana Welfare Association, which was started in 1983, and now it has reached the maturity where we can really make a difference to the students and the people. So you are more than welcome to go on this site and look at on the right hand side there is a forum. You can write on it and make notes, whatever you express yourself. And there are all this other information on those pages which you like it. And this is about this scholarship foundation. If somebody has any questions, you feel free to ask us. It's my number and her number. We'll be glad to answer any comments, any question, anything you have. No, this is the last thing. That is the classic Waziri dance, and I truly love it because that is how I grew up with this kind of dance. So look at this white clothes guy. Everybody has ammo belt on their vest. They're full with bullets, ammo belts, and it is 3-4 minutes, but I'm going to bore you with it because I like it. This white guy with white clothes, he's a chubby guy, but he does really a good job. And they play with your hairs, you know. This guy I'm talking about. See how he swings his head?
Dr. Wazir, do women do this dance? Or only men?
They do it, but they do it in private.
Okay.
They do it. I wanted to bring it, but I could not find any really good one. So that is why I did not bring it. We are not allowed when they do it. The men are not allowed to go there.
Okay.
Unless you are very old like me. Like I had my knees bleeding and I was allowed to go there and dance. Because they thought I mean, like, nobody. Okay, that's about it. So, if you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer. But it's like the Indian, you know, they're the same thing.
Dr. Wazir, the message of this book, and it seems like the message of your own individual life, is that education can pretty much solve almost everything. Is that too naive to think that if we shifted away from military operations and move towards building schools and hospitals and roads and homes, could we solve almost all of the national security problems that we have now? Or is that too naive?
Number one, is a fair disclosure. I'm really not a politician. I'm just a doctor. Whatever knowledge I have, based on my experience and based on the knowledge I have of the area and the tribes, literally, like currently, people are happy to have this operation in South Waziristan.
They are.
The general public.
Right.
The problem is corruption.
Okay.
The education, like you have remote area, the government of Pakistan, and for that matter the government in Kabul, they have really not attempted to go in and develop the area in regards to education, in regards to schools, in regards to roads, or any kind of development, because these are mountain, probably there are many ways one can develop it, like dams and things like that, to have a source of income for people. They have not done it, and almost universally when you talk with the government officials, the single answer for most of the time is, well, it is too dangerous. Like for example, the one school asked me to have they have a school, there are 1,300 students in the school. Out of the 1,300, 400 are boys and the other 900 are girls. So the school administration asked me if I would buy them the electronics media, where the girls will be sitting in one room, the boys will be sitting in another room, but the same teacher can come and speak and will be transmitted to these people, which is really not that a big deal, one can do it, to have the same opportunity of everyone. In Islamabad, I looked into that, and when I said in Wana, it was immediately shut up. There is no, we cannot go there. So the same way, the answer to answer your question, we believe very firmly that the only answer is that we, the people of that region, they take control of themselves in regards to education to start with, because that is something tangible. You can demonstrate, you can show, you can go further to Islamabad, you can go to the government and demonstrate that we have that many educated people, give us opportunities. If we achieve that, the other developments like the roads, the hospitals, like I remember when I was in the second year of medical school, a lady came to me, she had thalassemia pregnancy. I knew the diagnosis, but I had no means at that time. I myself was dirt poor, and there were no facilities or hospital or anything available, and that lady let her die during childbirth. And I still really remember the lady and feel sort of guilty about that. I wish I could do something about, but you cannot do anything. So it is that kind of environments, and we believe that the thing to do is education. The people are ready for it. People are the general public. Like in Wana, basic security is with the people. The Waziri area of South Waziristan. There is no disturbance. They had a treaty with the government, which was signed some time ago, that you don't bother us, we don't bother you. And then it expires, I believe it was 3 years, it expired, and the treaty was renewed about 2 months ago again. The same way the drones operation, as far as I can understand or I know, These are targeted killing, and people know who is who, the local people, to the degree that probably the Pakistani government knows it. But there are various political reasons that they are not totally sincere either. So it goes on.
Any other questions?
You want to go?
I want to go there. I want to see that.
Huh?
I want to go see that area.
Yeah, you may be able to go. Like this past, my sister, I show you, she died 3-4 years ago, and she has got a small girl. I arranged her wedding with the one which was a senior lecturer in biotechnology. I arranged their wedding, and I went to BI Khan, but only for one night. Because the problem is that currently you are American, and you are American, you are supposed to be very rich.
Yeah.
The dollar grows on tree, and the first efforts would be by anybody to kidnap you and demand ransom.
I might hold off on going.
Huh?
I might hold off on going for a little while.
Yeah.
One more question. You have 5 girls?
One boy.
One boy. And you've raised your girls, I assume and I perceive that you've raised your girls as equal as boys.
Yeah, they are practically that way. I don't see any difference between them.
No, he has.
Yeah.
He has. They've always been raised equal.
They're
Whatever
just
they
like
wanted.
that.
They've always.
That seems like that's a benefit again of education, that
It is.
that your next that wasn't true for when you were growing up, but it's true for your family.
Well,
And it'll be true for their family.
yeah, that is true, but again, I believe it is not it is the harsh environments there for ladies to go out, like they are allowed to go in the field and everything, but the total environments are bad. Like currently we have 3 girls' schools. There is, as a matter of fact, I was called 2 nights ago in Raleigh, North Carolina, U.S. State Department. They brought some 16 kids. One of them is from, 1 or 2 girls are from the North Waziristan. And I told the kid who called me, I knew his grandfather and was very close. He was my father's very close friend. So it is almost like a miracle to see that 2 Waziri girls will come in a mixed group of boys and girls and visit United States for 2 months. So yes, people are ready to improve their lives, to improve their education, to improve their standard of living. They are ready for that, but they do not have the opportunities. The U.S. aid, which theoretically you may read it in the paper sometime, I believe it is well over $350 million or so dollars supposed to be spent in the tribal belt, not just Waziristan, but the whole tribal belt. As far as I know, I don't think that they have spent a dime in South Waziristan or North Waziristan other than the bullet they fired.
Right.
There is an element of what is the Pakistani interest.
Right.
The Pakistani interest is to keep United States and the West engaged. It is simply like they currently, you may have read it, that they say that there are 10,000 Taliban, the Chechens, the Uzbeks, the hardcore are in Waziristan, and they have encircled them. And there was heavy fighting going on through the night. Our experience in 2004 in Wana is that they don't do that. They have tea with them, they're eating with them, they fire artillery at the mountains. That is not going to kill anybody. And even now, the people I talk with, they don't believe there are 10,000 people. At the most, 1,500 to 2,000 people. At the most, that much. And they make it, if they really want to clean it, they can clean it in a heartbeat. They know the area, they know everything. But the thing is, if there is no fight, where they will get the aid?
Yeah.
They won't get any aid. So it is like chicken and eggs game, they're playing that game. U.S. knows it. Our State Department, Pentagon, they really know all those things. But the thing is that they are restricted, they are kind of limited what they can do. It is still sovereign country.
Right.
They have to work with them.
You can't just send the military in there. You cannot send the U.S. military in.
Really, in my judgment, it is not a good idea. I think that increasing the U.S. soldier on the ground in Afghanistan, I think it is a mistake. Because what you will do is, or what at least what I read in the paper, they want to go to every village and everything and control. You are diluting your firepower, you are diluting your security, and you are exposing. The more you spread out, the more likelihood you are going to be fired upon, and the more likelihood you are going to get killed. The better way, in my judgment, and obviously nobody's asking me, but I'll spit it out. At least for the next probably 50 years, democracy, the way we know it in this country, it won't happen. It won't happen in the tribal belt, it won't happen in Afghanistan. The total system is based on century-old tribal thing. Like, for example, I am Waziri, and next guy is Masoodi. You are Afridi, somebody else is there. The best would have been to rather have the Western-style democracy, give responsibility to the tribe for their own area and pick up representation, their own tribe, and create like stipends or salaries or whatever. Let them pick up, say, if the tribe population is, say, 30,000. Let them pick 30 representatives, one representation for each 1,000 people, and come to the central government and be in the parliament. And then that be the common house, and they be responsible for the development of their tribe, for development of schools, for development of roads, and also to a degree security, but by the Afghans. You expose Western soldiers, NATO or American, you are practically exposing them to be killed, because they cannot tell the difference, are you my friend or enemy. For them, they are all Pathans, they are all dressed the same way, they all look the same way. All of them will say, oh, Saab, you are the best guy in the whole wide world. But that is just open. As the night falls, things changes. There is a saying, and proverbial saying among the Pathans, that you can rent a Pathan, but you cannot buy a Pathan. So if you rent them, that would be better off. You'd be better off. You just work with them and manage it that way. To create slavery, slavery won't happen. It cannot happen.
Thank you again.
You very much. Thank you for listening to me.